Lindy, after the game the other night in Seattle, you talked about the team trending downward a little bit, but you had the success on the road trip. What's it going to take to come out of that, and what's your sense off talking to the boys yesterday?
We've done a really good job of putting, games behind us. Really the focus was just on Pittsburgh. And the fact we're coming back after a long road trip, which usually is a tough turnover. We felt like we did the right thing by, coming back the next day. It's really to play, a really good, disciplined, hard hockey game here tonight to give us a chance to win.
A month ago, the Devils were in the midst of that slide. Teams were catching you or maybe briefly passing you. Now you've opened up a little bit of a gap. What's the month been like?
Again, I can say that, we've worked hard at finding ways to win games. We're getting healthier. We've got some bodies back in the lineup. But our play inside of some of those games, like I said, was trending the wrong direction. I'd like to see where all four lines are playing the game the right way. All four lines are generating. All four lines are playing well away from the puck. And that's when we've been the most effective. Improve our offensive zone time by hanging on to pucks more. That has been a strength. So there's a lot of areas of the game that try to reinforce with some video or talking about it, where our game is at. That'll give us a better opportunity, or at least put us in favor of winning a game.
You may have touched on it a little bit there in terms of what you're preparing for, but when you look at the last Pittsburgh game, was it something they were doing to you that made you guys take those penalties, just so many penalties, and how crucial is it that not repeat itself?
Again, that's just part of being a good team. You can't take 9 penalties. We put that behind us, and some were careless. It's been an area that we've been overall been good during the year. So we just have to be aware of incidental sticks and some of the types of penalties we did take.
Obviously, Nate Bastian didn't get a whole lot of traction in his first game back. In your experience, does it often take a game or two for guys to kind of get their game legs back and they adjust to the game speed?
I don't even know if it's about Nate, if it's more about just myself on who I decided to play, to take a shot at, improving our play and maybe trying to turn the corner in the game. I wouldn't hold him, accountable for not playing. I'm in charge of putting guys on the ice. On a whole, our group wasn't good, and it was more a group thing than it was one individual. So I don't think it had anything to do with Nate Bastian.
Nico, his goal was his 21st, tied his career high. The next goal is going to be a new career high. Where have you seen him grow, both offensively but also defensively?
Well, just playing the game the right way. A guy that, again, we need to count on to play against top lines. Hangs on the puck, is tough to play against. If we're going to improve zone time, he's the one guy that is able to hang on to the puck. When you look at one-on-one play, a lot of times they got to take it away from him. Big goal for us to get a point just by being around the front of the net. So it's an area that, Nico scores a lot of inside goals, and he gets to that hard area. And I think that you look at the last couple months of his season, the goals get harder. You've got to get inside, and to score some of those goals, puck's got to get there. But Nico is one of the leaders that will get around the front of the net for us.
Is there any update on John Marino?
Yeah, getting better. Made the trip, practiced again this morning. Just improving. We're just evaluating him day to day.
You've seen Crosby and Malkin how many times? Dozens and dozens. Do you ever prepare any differently, think any differently facing those legends?
I've been around both of them, too long probably, frankly. But with Sidney, I think his game, he's changed his game to be that guy that can score. When we start talking about Nico, I would say that he's a guy that, again, around the front of the net, tips, redirects, second opportunities, knows that to continue to score goals. His game really evolved. I think Malkin has the luxury of this big, strong guy that can bully his way into the zone, can probably do a little bit more physically. Although I'm not sure. Sid's one of the strongest guys in the skate. So, but two guys that that can hurt you if you give them the opportunity. They can both hurt you, and when you're looking at a team and how to beat them, you have to stop the best players. And when I look at a game, we have to limit their opportunities. I don't know if you can keep them completely off the board, but we have to limit their opportunities.
One of the things, talking to Ondrej Palat yesterday, he was saying that he feels like his confidence is really starting to get where it needs to be. Where are you seeing him right now in having returned after being such a long time on?
Well, I think like he said, he's starting to feel good about his game. He's starting to make more plays, handle the puck more, and I think that just comes with playing. We know what he can bring. We know he's great at being inside. Plays the game the right way in all three zones. But I think it is getting comfortable being out there, getting comfortable with the speed, and I think that's an area that he's really he's starting to feel better about.
I know you were in Buffalo for a long time. I'm just wondering your thoughts yesterday on seeing Ryan Miller being honored and all that, and what a significance he kind of was, and what you can sort of take from who he was to your other teams.
Oh, I think anytime you start talking about whether he's a teammate or a guy you're coaching, this is a goaltender. He's one of the most important pieces. Ryan was a heck of a competitor. He was a big part of a lot of the wins and a lot of the good teams we had there, and grew into one of the leaders on the team. And I think when your goaltender can help you win games night after night, he makes you a better coach.
I guess that's one more about Nico. He was named the captain, so he is the captain. But has he grown to be the captain? Is he more comfortable in the role? What have you seen him grow?
I think so. I think when you're young, you need help. I think he's gotten help. I think he feels comfortable with trying to be that guy. I think he wears the weight of the team sometimes in difficult situations. Like he takes it hard when things aren't going well. And he's a guy that really wants to play the game the right way, have teammates play the game the right way. And, I really feel that you can see it on his face when we don't play well. I think he's the type of leader that wants to use that next shift always to try to turn things around.
Is there anything, in your opinion, about the Metro division that stands out about all the teams in the division? Why it's so hard to get a winning record within the division? Right now, you and the Penguins are playing 500 in the Metro. Why is it so difficult in the Metro?
Yeah, because it's a lot of good teams. They're all good teams. They're all playoff teams. They're all proven playoff teams. We're not a proven playoff team, but we're trying to be a playoff team, and I think that's why that division is so tough. And you know that game in, game out, you've got a battle on your hands.